Years ago, I set my kids down when they were both young, but I set them down and explained to them that we are a family. Maybe we're a little different than the neighbors. Sometimes we're not.
According to GLSEN, the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, there are more than 7 million LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender parents with school-aged children in the United States. According to the GLSEN and data from the National Center for Education Statistics, LGBT parents are more likely to volunteer in their children's education than that of the general parent population. This is seen as 67% to 42%. Despite these numbers, 53% of same-sex parents described various forms of exclusion from school communities, 26% reported mistreatment from other parents, and 21% reported hearing negative comments throughout the school about being LGBT.
Also, a lot of the kids there were just really mean, and I would try not to, talk about it, not to let people know, but people eventually found out and just, I was really badly teased, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
Alex is not the only student that had a negative experience in school due to his same-sex parents. GLSEN also found that 42% of students said they had been verbally harassed at school in the past year because their parents were LGBT. Even worse, nearly 22% of students said that a teacher, principal, or other school staff had discouraged them from talking about their LGBT family at school, 36% felt that their LGBT family was ignored, and 28% heard teachers or other school staff make negative comments about their LGBT family.
But the teachers, on the other hand, is where I faced, most of my problems. I wasn't allowed to do 2 Mother's Day projects or family tree projects because my family wasn't a real family according to them. So what they offered me to do was either choose one mom, for a family tree project, or make up an imaginary father, because that's what they thought that I needed.
In July of 2011, California became the first state in the nation to pass a law that requires the contributions of LGBT Americans to be a part of the curriculum. The remaining 49 states will hopefully be following in California's footsteps, but until then, teachers across the country should take the initiative to put an end to this injustice. First, teachers need to create a welcoming and safe environment for all families. Include posters and photographs around the room that portray different kinds of families, and discuss with your students what it means to be a family and how each family is unique and different in their own way. When doing things like a family tree, allow for students to incorporate their diverse families. Second, be cautious of the language that is used in the classroom and school. Do not tolerate any discriminatory language, such as "that's so gay," and when planning events within the school, make sure that children are not excluded or feel unwelcomed through titles like "Donuts with Dad." Avoid saying things like "have your mom and dad look at this at home." Third, get to know and understand the families. Always be working alongside the parents. Ask them what they are comfortable with inside the classroom, and learn what the names the child uses to refer to their parents are. Ask what you, as the teacher, can do to make them feel welcomed within the classroom. Finally, have children's literature and curricular aspects in your classroom that incorporates all different kinds of families. Having these books in your classroom that incorporates all different kinds of families will help all of the students be more accepting. If a student constantly sees pictures in textbooks, books, posters, and so on throughout the school that does not represent their family, they may begin to believe that their family isn't considered real or that their family does not matter to you.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to,